What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and today we're at it again with another video. So here we are again, and we're here to talk about more Pixel 4 XL related stuff. Now today's video is about protecting the Pixel 4 XL that we have right here with an Otterbox Defender series case. Now before we go any further, I just want people to know that I don't work under any embargoes, I don't get any free products, I don't even get any discounts. The way this works is I just invest in the products that I really like a lot, I believe in them, and I think that speaks volumes about the channel. So with that being said, I wanted to go with the Otterbox Defender series case again because I have it on the Google Pixel 3 XL, and the reason I got it for the 3 XL was when I had the Pixel 2 XL, I had a budget case that was between $10 to $20, and I made that mistake we've all done. I dropped it, and then it just shattered from one edge of the screen all the way up to the opposing edge. And I was the kind of guy in the past, I would look at people and I would see that they're buying these cases like this that are $50, $60, and I just couldn't understand why someone would spend that much money on a case. But it only takes just one time where you drop a phone, because what happens is you're looking at this device over and over again every single day, and that's the first thing you see is shattered, broken, something. So yes, I had this on the Google Pixel 3 XL, and we're going to take this one and throw it on the Google Pixel 4 XL. Now before we go any further with the video, I do want to talk about a few things here. Now of course, if you're here to just learn about the case, I will put text in this video here for you so you'll know exactly what time the video for this actually starts. Now, if you're new to the channel, you may have missed the Google Pixel 4 XL unboxing. So there are a few things going on in that video. The first thing is there are some minor appearance changes to the Pixel 4 XL from the Google Pixel 3 XL, and they actually end up being quite significant. We also have a tip or two in that video, and then I also have in there what I would like to call did you knows, just little things that I put in there about how I use these devices that you may not know are possible. For example, I film all my videos on a Google Pixel 3 XL. I do some of them with the Google Pixel 2 XL, and the newer videos that are going to be coming, those are going to be shot on the Google Pixel 4 XL. But perhaps the thing I'm most excited about is all the videos that I film here, they're all edited on a Chromebook. So all the visual effects that you see here, all the transitions, all the text, it's all done on a Chromebook. And this is something that I'm very proud of because people in the past and even people today say you can't do anything on a Chromebook. So I like to be an outlier, I like to push the boundaries, and that's what the channel is all about here. So the channel is all about more in-depth videos about Google's hardware, specifically the Pixels and the Pixelbook and the Pixelbook Go. After all, that's how we have the channel name, Pixels Cracked. It comes from that. But we're also looking at other Google hardware such as the Nest products and just hardware and accessories related to those things. I'm going to try to create a wide array of information around the Pixel 4 XL so that anyone new or old to the channel can access that information. If you pair this with the YouTube community, which is very good, that allows anyone to get the knowledge that they're looking for. So I have already created a Google Pixel 4 XL playlist, and I've got many video ideas, and you can click on that if you want to see past videos or videos that are added as we move into the future. Also, if you can, make sure you leave comments in the video so that I can know that you're enjoying them, or we can look to improve them. So now that we went over all of that, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so here we are with the Otterbox Defender series rugged protection case. Now, it's important to know this is the screenless edition, which I haven't really looked into a screen edition, but this implies that there is either one available or there may be one available in the future. Now, I don't go with the screen editions only because I just never have. There's no specific reason. I just buy screen protectors separately. Now, if we go ahead and flip this over, we can go ahead and look at some of the details. So we have drop protection, we have dust protection, we have multi-layer protection, and we have a belt clip holster. I don't really use that, but that's an added benefit for anyone who's interested in that kind of thing. Now the unboxing is pretty simple here. This just slides right out. And then what we have here would be the case and the holster. Now, as you can see, the case is actually clipped into the holster already. This looks really nice. Now, again, I don't use the holster really, but I'm gonna think about this again because this is actually a very nice setup. You can see here that when you actually have the device in the case, the screen is going to be facing towards the holster, so that's going to protect the screen. Now, this fits really good too. You do have a clip there, so this isn't just going to fall out. You can see we can shake this around quite a bit here, and it's not going to be coming out. It also takes a little bit of effort to get it out. You can't just pull on it here. You actually need to use the clip here to kind of pull out on it, and then the case will eventually slide out. But it is a tight fit, but you know what? That's good. We know that this isn't just going to fall out our holster. There's something cool about having a holster. Now, if you're using a holster, you are definitely a geek, you're a nerd, whatever, but it's something that we may be proud of. This is actually the case here, and I really like it. It's very minimalist, very clean. But what we have going on here is it does have like a rubbery feel to it. It's a really hard rubber though. It's not soft, but it does the job. Now, this does kind of twist a little bit. It's not all that much, but it does have some flex to it. But this is going to be extremely durable. Now, you're looking at this and you may think this is one piece, and the reason it's actually hard to flex is it's actually 3 different pieces going on here. So if we set this down here, you have like this memory foam material almost. It's not very dense, but you can see that as I press on it here, I do leave an imprint for a moment. So again, it's not very dense, it's not very thick, but it does add some cushion to the device, which I really like. The next thing we've got going on are all the buttons. They're going to be on the right side here. You've got the power button, and then you got your volume rocker right there. Now, moving on here to the bottom of the phone, this is very neat. This is where you would have your USB-C port, and we've got this little door flap here, and I really like this. I had it on the Pixel 3 XL, and it just keeps that port covered up, keeps the dust out. And if you're concerned because we have the speakers on the bottom of the Pixel 4 XL, we do have some outlets so that the speakers can come through the case. Now, if we look at the camera module here, that's going to be a very nice cutout. You can see that we have this nice glossy material around here, and I think this works great with the just black Pixel 4 XL. And let's try to separate this into pieces here. So you can see that this rubber portion just kind of peels out from the plastic. This is going to cut the case into different elements here. We've got 2 different elements. We've got that rubber, and then we've got that plastic shell. Oh, now that this is removed one from the other, you can see that the rubber is a little more flexible. So this actually does have some flex to it. It twists pretty good, and it's going to add some cushioning. It's a little dense, it's not extremely thick. This actually splits into another 2 pieces. So what we have here are these tabs all around. They just go all the way around the device here. Now, these tabs can be a little difficult to get to, especially if you don't have any nails. So what I have here is a prying tool, and this is going to work very good. So we're going to work around here, look for all the tabs. And I think this is actually easier to do since we don't have our device in here yet. And you want to work around, get all of them, because if you try to pull this apart, there is a chance you can break the tabs. So there we go. We've got that separated into another 2 pieces there. And you can see there is 3 pieces all together, not including that holster. I've got my just black Pixel 4 XL here. So we're just going to line that up in the case here, and that's going to sit nicely in there. Then we're going to take the second piece, we'll slide the phone to the center here, and we're just going to place that on top, and then we're going to pick this up because that's probably going to be the easiest way to do this. And then we'll slowly work our way around here. So that's going to be that inner shell there. You can see that the camera module clears it very nicely. You can also see that the buttons are showing through pretty good there. We've got that power button again, and then that volume rocker. And then if we look at the speakers here, the outlets here are going to actually be pretty big. You can actually see that USB-C port very easy as well. So let's go ahead and get the rubber portion on, because that's just important as the rest here. And we're just going to work that around again. So there we go. We've got the case on there. It's seated correctly, and it just looks really nice. It's a very clean design. It's actually a better design than the Google Pixel 3 XL. Obviously on the Pixel 4 XL, we don't have the fingerprint there. So this is all nice and smooth. So here we go. We've got the device here, and we're going to put it right into the holster. We're going to do this the front way because it should work this way too. So if you do want the phone screen facing out, that is a possibility, and you can actually use the phone like this as well. That will work fine. But if you're going to be very smart about this, you got to remember this is going to be on your pants here. You're going to be sitting down in chairs. The screen is going to be possibly exposed. So technically, I would go ahead, switch this around, drop the phone in just like that, clip that into place, and now you've got the screen protected. So if you sit down and this gets hit, it's not going to damage your screen. Now, of course, there is a downside to this because something is always going to be exposed. You've got the camera module there. Now it is recessed, so if it hits a flat surface, it won't hit the module. But if you sit on something or near something that is smaller than this area, you could crack the lens. You can see that looks really nice. We've actually got this sitting on a wireless charger as well, and you can see this is actually charging by the blue indicator light showing there. But if there is still any possibility that you might not believe, we've got it at 57% there. We're going to drop that back on the charger, and it's going to start to charge. Now you can see we have it charging this way, but you can also take the phone, you can turn it sideways, and it should charge this way as well. Now here's something you may not have known. With the Pixel 3 XL, they didn't open it to fast wireless charging on wireless chargers that were not from Google. But with the Google Pixel 4 XL, they actually opened up that fast wireless charging to other parties, so you can actually charge faster and you don't have to use a device from Google. Now here is an idea, a tip that I want to throw in the video. We've got this nice Otterbox Defender series rugged case here, and it's got this nice surface finish. Things adhere to it really good, so we're always looking to mount our devices so that they're secure. We can actually throw some Velcro on here. I'm not actually going to attach this right now, but you can put Velcro on the back of this. It sticks very good. You can move it around, cut it in different shapes, and then you can take your phone, you can mount it to different surfaces, something I've actually done. The Velcro adheres to this case very, very well. Now there is something you have to remember when placing this Velcro on the back of the phone. As you will just remember, we did talk about how the case supports wireless charging, but the thing is, if you put the Velcro in a spot where it makes the case too thick now because you have added Velcro, then the wireless charging won't work. So again, we've got the case here, and we've got the holster installed on that case, and you can go ahead and actually charge the device with the holster on there still. Now here's something cool to share about the Otterbox Defender series kit here. Again, we've got the holster, and this part here, the clip, it does rotate. So you can change this to match the desired angle that you want, and then you can still clip this onto things. Okay, so this is getting very exciting. We're finally making some ground here with the Pixel 4 XL. So the question is, what's next? Obviously, we unboxed the Pixel 4 XL. We've got the case on there. Can we start it up? We got one more thing we gotta go ahead and do. I gotta put the glass screen protector on here, so we're gonna unbox this in the next video, apply it. This should be fun because screen protectors and me don't get along all too well. I've got a nice furry dog. He sheds, there's hair everywhere. So this can be interesting. So pretty much that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video and found it useful, make sure you leave a like. Now the likes are important because when people go to this video, if they see a whole bunch of likes, that means that the video might possibly be good, it's informative, other people have found it useful. So when you're hitting like, that's why you're liking. Now, if you have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, I don't always know the answer and I do have a job outside of this, so I'll do my best to answer as fast as I can. And hopefully, if I don't know the answer, maybe there's someone in the comment section below that can help out. I've seen that before and I really appreciate that. That's why I love doing this, because this is a community. We're all coming together. We're all talking about something we enjoy and we're helping each other. Now, last but not least, you can support the channel in 2 different ways. You can share this video with someone who loves technology, who might find this stuff useful. Now, subscribing works the same way. If there are enough subscribers and people are stopping by to check out the channel, they see that there are those subscribers, that this channel is probably good, it has good information. So that is pretty much it. And until next time, Leon checking out.